So I've just shot my first YouTube video and man, I've learned a lot. So in this video, I want to share with you 3 simple tips that I wish I knew before I went live. And hopefully it'll encourage you to just go ahead and start shooting. If you want to follow my journey from 0 views and 0 subscribers, please subscribe and hit the bell below. So this is quite literally my second video, and I've learnt so much in that time. My first video, which I'll put a link in the description or up above somewhere, is very scripted, and I had so much detail to include because it is about creating a business online, and there is a lot of content to include. But I feel like maybe I bit off more than I should put in a video. Like a video should be a quick and a digestible piece of content, whereas that one was very well scripted, and I did actually use it for a blog as well. And videos sort of typically on YouTube need to be a little bit more digestible with people these days with having a lower attention span, and it just needs to be useful and practical so people feel like they get value from it straight away. Alright, so the first tip is reduce any kind of perfectionism that you have. If you're a perfectionist like me, I'm an engineer. My background is in microelectronics and in software development. So when I'm building these types of complex systems, just a small syntax error or a hardware error can cause the whole thing to come tumbling down. Whereas on YouTube, it's a social network. It's a little bit more forgiving in that sense. So you can be a human on YouTube. YouTube is built for humans to digest content that is useful by other humans. So I encourage you to don't overplan things or overthink things. And the goal is to create consistent content in the beginning, but that consistent content doesn't need to be perfect. You could spend a whole week planning just one video, or you could spend an afternoon creating just one video. So it's a finding the balance for which works for you the most. The other thing is try and keep your recording to as few takes as possible, and I'm still learning how to do that myself, but this means that in post-production you simply do less work. If you can take sort of a 2-minute take without fumbling or saying and or something like that, it's better for post-production. Whether you're doing editing or someone else, it takes them less time to simply just trim the ends and render it. That's it. Alright, it's important to keep it short and concise. It's very easy to ramble on about a topic that you're passionate about, and perhaps you go off direction. So making some notes on what to say is important. A concise video is one that is straight to the point, and the message is conveyed in as short a time period as possible. The reason why that's super important is, again, because of the low attention span we all have these days, and also people want to get value out of it quickly and solve their problem quickly. So I encourage you just to try and review the way that you script things. So instead of being super detailed, is to actually make it shorter and concise. There's an art in that, and it will take time, but ultimately just get the first video up there and you'll learn how to improve from there. Alright, the second tip is try and stop watching YouTube videos like this one. I encourage you to keep watching this one because there are some valuable tips, specifically tip number 4. But you could spend so much time on how-to videos. You could spend an eternity watching how-to videos with the amount of content that's produced every day for YouTube. So I encourage you, there's a certain point where you need to draw the line and take action. Alright, the other thing to just get off the plate, and it's like the elephant in the room, is that it's likely that your first video is going to suck. Mine did. The content was great, but the delivery, YouTube is about the delivery and the emotional connection you have with the viewer, as I understand it. So it's important to just straight up realize that you need to get the first video over and done with. Just get it out of your system. That way you'll know exactly what to learn. You'll be in the position I'm in right now, creating this second video, which I believe will be a lot more engaging. So I encourage you to just film the first video, and all of the things you've learnt on YouTube from watching all of the how-to videos and all of those things will just fall into place, and you'll understand it so much better because you've been through that first experience. Get it up on YouTube. You know, in the future you might unpublish it. It doesn't matter. Just get it up on YouTube and you'll learn from there. Remember, you have to start from somewhere to get somewhere. And the refining process is in the journey in life. Like if we all just immediately had six-pack abs, we wouldn't be learning the discipline to go to the gym every day for 6 months to get some. So yeah, it's important to understand, to enjoy the journey on the process. Don't freak out about the journey. If you're starting to feel overwhelmed about all of the content that's out there, that's a good sign to just stop watching content, stop consuming, and just make something. And that's when, the more and more you do it, things are going to start to fall into place. As you can see, I'm still pretty out of practice at this, so I'm learning step by step as well. And as you can see, if you've watched that last video, you'll see that I have learned a lot in my delivery. So yeah, so just do it. So if these tips are making sense to you, write in the comments below. I'm going to start my YouTube channel this week, and let's get it done. So the final tip is, you get how you feel. This is something that I've also learned just in life in general, is that if you don't feel like something, if there's some conflicting feeling within you about starting something, generally you're not going to follow through for it. So the best thing to do in this situation, whether it's fear or whether there's something holding you back or there's some detail that hasn't fallen into place, if you're an introvert and a detail-oriented person like me, it's like it needs to be perfect, is to reframe it in your mind. Identify those thoughts specifically that are causing you to feel in discord with what you're hoping to achieve. So, and reframe it. So that could creating this YouTube video is going to be a fun experience. Is a fun experience. I'm going to relax that way. It sort of tricks your mind, tricks your body into actually feeling that way. Because truthfully is that you do have control of your feelings. The outside world doesn't need to control them as much as we give it credit for. So I encourage you to just reframe any fear, any thoughts that you might have that are preventing you from moving forward, because, you know, imagine what's going to be on the other side when you start getting comfortable on camera. Talking on camera is different to talking to a person, yet we need to talk to a camera like it's a person. So it is challenging, it is difficult, you're looking straight down a lens. Sometimes I like to pretend that I'm looking at someone's pupil, so I can have that one-on-one contact as if my camera has a personality. But it is definitely difficult, and I'm still learning. I still say and a lot, as you can hear, and that's something that I will push out of my process in the refining process. Alright, so that's all the 3 tips. I hope they really helped you in this process. Give me a comment below if you feel like you're a little bit more confident moving forward now. Also, if you're looking to start an online business that you love, especially in this downturn of the economy, please look in the description. There's a link to a free workshop that I used personally to create an online business that I love. Also, if you like this video, just give it a thumbs up below, and please subscribe. I'll be doing another video this week, so yeah, it'll be awesome to have you as a part of my tribe. Looking forward to talking to you soon. See ya.